child work group.
Go ahead.
Okay, work group. I am Susan Brager, chair of the Childcare Working Group. And right before we start and Katie takes roll, I would just like to say to everyone, thank you so much. This really does have legs. We're not going to stop. There's been articles that have come out to verify what we're doing has been good and correct and on point. And so if you all will hang in there with us, we do want to continue on and make sure that the economic setting of our state can be better to those that want to go to work. And I just feel like we can't give up. This is not going on the shelf. This is going to be something that we're going to continue to take action. So Katie, will you please take roll to confirm a quorum and verify the posting?
Sure, thank you. So for roll call, we have Susan Brager,
Here.
Ken Evans,
Present.
Amanda Hilton,
Present.
Dr. Tiffany Tyler Garner.
Present.
Okay, we have Bob Finch. We have Veronica Chavez, Kim Colin. You see Kim on there. Okay. And finally, Leslie Mujica. Okay. All right.
Okay. Oh, very good. Oh, there we are.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. I would ask that anyone that speaks today on the phone or on the Zoom, please identify yourselves for the record. It really makes a big difference from those taking our minutes. And then I will make sure that we have help to see if somebody does want to make a statement, because sometimes it's hard to see on the Zoom call. We are going to ask if there's any public comment. Anyone on the phone? It appears that there is none. And then that was on agenda item number 4, just for everybody's information. And if there is no one, we will we will continue on the agenda. And so item number 5, is there any discussion before I call for a motion to approve the January 20th Childcare Working Group minutes? If there is nothing, if there are no comments and they were correct, they looked good to me, I would call for a motion to approve those for January 20th Working Group.
This is Jerry Merritt. I move that we approve the minutes.
Thank you, Jerry.
And
Do I have a
Evans, for the
second?
record, I second.
Thank you very much. We have a motion and a second. All those could signify by aye. We don't need to do a roll call vote, or thumbs up. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, any other discussion on that? Whoops, hold on a second here. Okay, we have now item number 6. We would have approval and a motion for, were there any comments on the February 3rd Childcare Working Group minutes?
No, they look good to me, ma'am.
Okay, they did. I looked through them also. They were very amazing. Thank goodness to the staff that Goen has, because you guys make us complete, and that is fantastic. I would then take for a motion on that, on the February 3rd minutes.
This is Merritt again. So moved.
Okay. I would then ask if there is no comment or corrections, and we have a first and we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Okay, and then item number 7 is information only. And what I'd like to do is, Lisa, if at this point, well, first of all, again, I do want to thank everyone, and let's not give up. We have some amazing examples that Amanda gave. We have, Boys and Girls Club, Safe Nest, county, looking into their facilities. We are looking to do, I believe, and Lisa can speak about that, a symposium on the 45F or F45. I always mix that up. And so, Lisa, if you would like to move through this so that everyone knows that we are actively trying to make ourselves known and make sure that this is something that's very viable for the future of our state.
Thank you, Chair Brager, and thank you so much, everyone, for jumping on this meeting on a Friday morning and for all of your dedication to this policy issue since December. I can't thank you enough. The momentum is there. Just to echo what Chair Brager mentioned earlier, since the passage of the child care policy report by all of you, so since February, we've really had an aggressive earned media campaign to get the word out and highlight, one, all of the efforts of this committee, two, the policy recommendations that were in the child care policy report, but also to get the word out about the need and how 75% of Nevada's children under the age of 5 don't have access to childcare in the state of Nevada. And 65% of those kiddos come from parents where both households where both parents work, right? Since then, over 220,000 Nevadans have been reached by our earned media campaign. So really proud of those efforts. In addition to that, as Chair Brager mentioned, we are working with the Children's Cabinet. I see Kim Cullen on the line. Kim is my partner in crime with this, as well as the Vegas and Reno Chambers of Commerce to do 2 events to get the word out to the business community about the federal child care tax credit 45F. This way we have reach in both the southern and northern part of the state. Amanda, one of the things that we're also doing is we're working with Ann Silver, and Kim could speak to this more, but I think I've got it. Ann Silver with the Reno Chamber also represents, I think it's like the Silver State Chambers of Commerce, so that we can reach the rural chambers of commerce as well. So that's something that we're talking about doing, possibly a virtual 3rd event as well. And then also we're presenting at the next Children's Cabinet meeting, Katie and I, to try to strengthen that partnership so that we can really build on this and add to their coalition. So thank you very much to the Children's Cabinet for inviting us. Hugh Anderson and Chair Brager and Vice Chair of the Governor's Workforce Development Board, Ken Evans, are certainly a part of this as well. They are working on a pilot project. I can't speak to the specifics of that, but I know that they have been working pretty extensively with some of the child care providers in the community about building something like that out. In addition to that, there are several relating pieces of legislation that have come out that very much mirror the policy recommendations of this report. 2 in particular that I wanted to mention to this group is Assembly Bill 113, which establishes or would establish the Office of Early Childhood Systems. And so I think that's pretty interesting. I haven't been too much a part of that bill since it's been released, but I wanted to mention that to all of you. The second one is Senator Pat Spearman's bill, SB 278, and it offers a business tax incentive to businesses in the state of Nevada who offer childcare to their employees. So definitely encourage you to all take a look at that. I haven't had conversations with Senator Spearman, but it's certainly very much does mirror some of the recommendations and writings that came out of the report that all of you built. And then the last thing I wanted to mention is the Governor's Office of Workforce Innovation has pitched to the Attorney General's office. They oversee the T-Mobile Settlement Fund that is supposed to go towards workforce development and innovative efforts in the state of Nevada. GOIN has been fortunate to be awarded 3 different policy program proposals in the last 3 months from that settlement fund. And in addition to that, we have pitched a project to help domestic violence centers across the state of Nevada and women's shelters to have workforce development and childcare offerings at their site locations. Thinking about the conversation that we had during the childcare policy meeting in January, and I believe it was Safe Nest, the CEO of Safe Nest, who came and talked about how if you can give a victim of domestic violence or domestic abuse financial independence through a career pathway, they're far less likely to go back to that domestic abuse situation. And so how can we strengthen the workforce development system and also bring in childcare, as Liz mentioned during that meeting, which was the #1 barrier for those women that she serves to go into a training program or a career pathway. And so they seemed interested. More to come on that. Hopefully we can get some funding and to support some of these initiatives. And Chair, that's all for me. Thank you.
Is there any questions? And Lisa, thank you. That was well put. And I just want everyone to know that we really, any comments, anything that you come up with, if there's something that you hear out there, please let us know, because this is not going to stop. It's just too important. It really will impact many people, and we'll just keep on moving through it. Any questions from anyone in our executive committee?
Chair Brager.
Yes, sir, Mr. Evans.
All right, thank you, Chair. Just wanted to say, first of all, thank you very much to staff for all the follow-up, coordination, and collaborative efforts that are happening. Great to see. And then just by way of follow-up, as Executive Director Levine mentioned, yes, myself, the chair, as well as Chair Brager, are working on a pilot. In fact, we've identified some leadership for that particular group. It'll be board member Jemfe and board member Thompson. They're going to be taking on the leadership role. Again, I've assured them that leadership as well as staff will support them, but we can expect that they'll be convening and then figuring out the next steps to get a pilot done. And again, thank you very much to Amanda Hilton for the presentation you made. It should definitely grow some legs in the Southern Nevada region. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. That is helpful to know that we really are moving along. If there's no other comments or questions,
Chair Brager, it's Irene Bustamante. I do have a question.
please go ahead.
Thank you. Lisa, on the last comment that you made about going pitching the 3 concepts, can you remind me which special fund that was from?
So that's the Attorney General's office, and they have the T-Mobile Settlement Fund. The T-Mobile Settlement Fund comes as the state participated in a class action lawsuit that several other state AGs did. This was a few years ago when Sprint and T-Mobile merged because it would dislocate workers. And so as a result, states got different settlement funds, and those funds, the eligibility requirements are actually very specific, but they're supposed to go towards workforce development, innovative programs. And so GoEd and GoWin submit proposals to the AG's office. And fortunately, GoEd has won $4 million to do an innovative internship program focused on the STEM fields to reimburse employers. If you're not familiar with that, to the business community, it's a great program. And then GoWin has now been, pending IFC approval, awarded 3 different proposals.
Okay, and did those 3 concepts go before IFC in the meeting yesterday?
No, so
Or-
it's pending IFC approval for June.
June. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank
That's
you,
all
and
the questions I had.
Okay, and thank you for joining us. And I will at this time, other than Trustee Bustamante Adams, is anyone else on the line that was not marked present? Okay, seeing none there. Agenda item number 8, once again, we will go to public comment. Is there anyone on the phone or anyone on the committee that has a public comment? Okay, seeing none there. Again, I just feel like it's so important that we do stay together. Those that you've made an amazing commitment. We did those 3 meetings. Coming back today to finalize what we need to do. We will keep you very aware by email of what is happening, what we can do. If you hear anything that is out there or someone that wants to commit to buying the Kmarts on both sides of town and turning them into child development places, we would readily take their monies. Those would be so dynamic, actually. But anyway, thank you to everyone. Look forward to continuing on this amazing endeavor. Enjoy your weekend. It's supposed to be beautiful out. And let's hope we don't jump from 50 degrees to 100 too quickly. So, blessings to everyone, and especially Lisa and Katie and your staff. You have made us be extremely viable, proficient. You make us look good. So we appreciate that. All right, everyone, enjoy the rest of today. And Trustee Adams, I'm going to reach out to you for some work that I'm going to do as a regent with your 8th grade students in your area.
Thank you. I sent a text message, but I'm not sure if it went through. So thank you. I appreciate
Okay.
it.
All right. Talk to you soon. And thank you to everybody. Really appreciate you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks, Jerry.
Bye, everyone. Thank you all.